Ready to enjoy learning English? Little English. Episode 13.
Hokey pokey. You put your right foot in, you put your right foot out, you put your right foot in and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. You put your left foot in, you put your left foot out, you put your left foot in and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. You put your right hand in, you put your right hand out, you put your right hand in and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. You put your left hand in, you put your left hand out, you put your left hand in and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. You put your right side in, you put your right side out, you put your right side in and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. You put your right foot in, you put your right foot out, you put your right foot in and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. You put your left foot in, you put your left foot out, you put your left foot in and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. You put your right hand in, you put your right hand out, you put your right hand in and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. You put your left hand in, you put your left hand out, you put your left hand in and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. You put your right side in, you put your right side out, you put your right side in and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about.
Learn the alphabet. The alphabet is a group of letters that we use to compose our words. Let's play learning the letters of the alphabet. In this game, I'm gonna say each letter and it will appear on the screen. Then you have to repeat it out loud. Are you ready? Let's start with the A. What do we have with the A? For example, an aeroplane. Then we have the B, like a small baby that cries. But you're not gonna cry, right? Then we have the C. For example, like sweet candies. I love this strawberry candy. Then we have the D. For example, a wild dinosaur. Or we have the E. With the E like an elephant with the big ears. Then we have the F. Like for example, a finger. Then we have the G. For example, this animal with a long neck, like the giraffe. Or we have the H, like a hippopotamus. Very big with a big mouth. Then we have the I, like an Indian. Then we have the J. For example, the first month of the year is January. With the K, we can give a kiss. Then we have the L. For example, we can eat a very bitter lemon. Or then we have, with the M, for example, a mouse. I don't like mouses. Or with the N, like my nose starts with the N. Then we have the O, like the ocean. Or with your P, like a wild panther. Then we have the Q, like a queen that wears a crown and lives in a castle. We have the R, a river. A river starts with an R. Then we have the S. The S from the sea, where we swim in the summer. Then we have the T. The T like time. Then with the U, it's all our universe. It's huge universe. Then with the V, you can eat vegetables, right? They are very healthy. With the W, for example, we have water, very healthy water. Then with the X, we have the ding, 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 the xylophone. Then with the I, we have the whole year, right? With your 12 months is 1 year. And then with the Z, we have the very beautiful animal that had black and white stripes, which is the zebra. And with the G, we say goodbye. Peter and the Wolf.
Once upon a time there was a little boy, and this little boy lived in a village with his mummy and his daddy, who worked as a shepherd. Do you know what a shepherd is? The shepherd is the man who looks after sheep. You know sheep. Bah. Yeah. Well, anyway, this little boy loved having fun, and all day long he'd be running around and playing and jumping and singing, and he had a great life, didn't he? But one day his daddy decided that this was enough and that his son had to start behaving like a grown-up. And he said to his son, "Son, today's the day you become a man. I'm going to take you to the fields, and like me, you're going to look after the sheep." And he did. He took the little boy, and they went up the hill and down the hill and over the road, and they got to the fields, and there were all the sheep eating grass and talking to each other. Bah! Bah! And then the son stayed with the sheep, and the father left him and went back to the village. And the boy waited and looked after the sheep. But he didn't like it. He was very bored. "There's nothing to do here," he said. "I'm really bored." So he decided to talk to the sheep. But he couldn't speak sheep. He could only speak cow. He said, "Mrrr." And the sheep said, "Bah! Mrrr! Bah!" And they didn't understand each other. So the boy thought and thought, "What can I do? I'm really bored. I know! I'll play a joke on everybody in the village." So he climbed a tree, and from the top of the tree he shouted, "The wolf is coming! The wolf is coming!" And everybody from the village grabbed the first thing they could find. Somebody grabbed a stick and somebody grabbed a rock, and they ran as quickly as they could to attack the wolf, because they know that wolves like to eat sheep. And they ran and ran as quickly as they could. But when they got to the field, there wasn't any wolf. There was just the boy on the top of the tree, laughing and laughing like, you silly billies, there's no wolf. And the people from the village were very angry, because they don't like it when people lie to them. You don't like it, do you? No. So they said to the boy, you're being a very naughty boy, but we're going back to the village, and you just stay there and look after the sheep. And they went back to the village. So the next day, the boy went back to the field, and he started looking after the sheep again. But of course, there was no one to play with, and nowhere to run, and he couldn't jump or sing, and he got very bored. So he thought, I think I'll do what I did yesterday. And he climbed the tree, and he took in a lot of air, and as loud as he could, he shouted, the wolf is coming! The wolf is coming! And everybody grabbed their things and ran as quickly as they could back to the field to attack the wolf. It wasn't there. And now they were really angry, and they said, boy, you are a very silly boy. You can't be telling us there's a wolf when there's no wolf. That is very naughty. Do not tell lies. And they went back to the village, and the boy laughed and laughed and I played a joke and they're all silly. I'm so intelligent. But he wasn't really, because the next day when he went back to the field, before long, the wolf did come. And he was a big wolf. And he had big ears and big teeth. And he came up very quietly. And before long, he was right behind the boy. And he went, "Rah!" And the boy, as quick as he could, climbed up the tree and shouted, "Help! Help! The wolf is coming! The wolf is coming! The wolf is coming!" But the people didn't come, because now they knew that when the boy said the wolf is coming, it was just a joke. And all the sheep ran away, and the boy lost all the sheep. And even worse, when he came back down from the tree, the wolf bit him on the bottom. And he went back to his daddy crying. He said, "Daddy, I told you the wolf was coming and you didn't come to help me. And all the sheep have run away and I have a sore bottom." And the daddy said, "Well, now you know that if you tell lies, people won't believe you. It's okay to play and have fun, but you have to be responsible as well. And you have to be responsible as well." Goodbye.
Through the town.
The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round all through the town. The wipers on the bus go swish, 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 swish. The wipers on the bus go swish, swish, swish all through the town. The doors on the bus go open and shut, open and shut, open and shut. The doors on the bus go open and shut all through the town. The driver on the bus says, "Move on back, move on back, move on back." The driver on the bus says, "Move on back," all through the town. The babies on the bus go wah, 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 The mummy on the bus says shh, 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 shh. The mummy on the bus says shh, 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 all through the town. The horn on the bus goes beep, 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 beep. The horn on the bus goes beep, 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 all through the town.
The Pied Piper of Hamelin.
Once upon a time there was a little town called Hamelin, and everybody in Hamelin was very happy. But then one day they had a big problem, because suddenly Hamelin was full of rats. And there were rats everywhere. There were rats in the shops, and rats in the houses, and rats in the streets, just rats running everywhere. And rats would eat all of the food, and all of the ham, and all of the fruit, and they just went crazy all over the town. And the people were very sad and very angry. And one day they went to see the mayor, and they shouted, "We don't want rats! We don't want rats!" And the mayor came out of his big house, and he said, "Okay, well, if you don't want rats, we'll have to kill them. So everybody go to your house and get the biggest stick you can find." And everyone ran back to their house, and they came back with big sticks, and they chased the rats, and they hit them, and they hit them. But the rats didn't go away, because they were very brave, and they said, "We're not going to go away. We're not scared of a stick." And it was a very big problem. But then, one day, along came a very strange and very magical man, and his name was the Pied Piper. He had a very big hat with a big feather. A feather is a thing that you find on a bird. And he came along, and he had a pipe. And he said to the mayor, "I think I can solve your problem. I think I can get rid of the rats." And the mayor said, "Oh, well, if you could, we'd be very, very happy." And the piper said, "But what do I get? Because if I do you a favor, you have to do me a favor." And the mayor said, "Well, I'll do anything you want. Just get rid of the rats." Now, here, the mayor did something very naughty, because the mayor made a promise. And you know, when you make a promise, you have to keep it. You can't say you're going to do one thing and then not do it. So the piper thought, and he said, "Okay, you can give me 10 gold coins if I get rid of the rats." And the mayor said, "Yes, yes, yes, anything you want, 10 gold coins. Okay, yes, yes, yes." Because the mayor thought that the Pied Piper wouldn't know how to get rid of the rats, because he only had 4 gold coins. But he thought, it doesn't matter. He won't get rid of the rats, and I'll just give him 4 coins, and he can go on his way. So, the next morning, the Pied Piper stood in the center of the village, and he took out his pipe, and he played the most beautiful music that anybody had ever heard. And then all of the rats heard the music. "Oh, what's that music?" And they all started dancing. And they couldn't stop dancing. And they went following the music. And all the rats in a line were dancing. And they got to the piper. And the piper looked at the rats. And the rats looked at the piper. And the piper continued playing. And all of the rats went one by one in a line behind the piper, dancing and dancing. And they went all of the way through the village, and the piper played, and the rats danced until they got to the river. And all the piper had to do was set both of his feet in the river, and he kept playing. And the rats, one by one, went in the river behind the piper. Now, rats are not very good at swimming because they never learned. And rats don't like water. And the river had a very strong current. The water was going very quickly through the river, And before the rats knew what was happening, the water took them away and they went down the river and they were never seen again. And everybody in the village was very, very happy because there were no more rats in the village. So before long, the piper came back into the village and went to see the mayor. And he said to the mayor, "Now, Mr. Mayor, I did what I said I would do. I got rid of the rats. 10 gold coins, please." And the mayor said, "Oh, well, you know, all you did was play on your pipe. That was just music. Anybody could do that. I don't think I will give you 10 coins. No. I will give you 4 gold coins. There you go. Thank you. Goodbye." And the piper got a bit angry. He said, "Now, Mr. Mayor, you told me you would give me 10 gold coins if I took the rats away, and I took the rats away. Please give me 10 gold coins, or I will do something that will make you very sorry." But the mayor didn't listen. No. You do whatever you want. I don't care. Just take your coins and leave me alone." So the piper went back into the center of the village. And he took out his pipe and he played. And what happened this time? Instead of the rats, suddenly all of the children in the village came up. "Huh? What's happening? What's happening? What's this music?" And they got to the piper and he started to walk through the village with all of the children behind him in a line. Oh, what's happening? And all of the mummies and the daddies saw the children following the piper and they said, "Come back, Johnny! Come back, Billy! Don't go with the piper!" But they couldn't hear the mummy and daddies. They could only hear the music, and they were in a trance, as if they were hypnotized, as if someone had a power over them, making them do things. And they walked all of the way through the village, past the river, up the hill, until they got to a big mountain. And when they got to the mountain, the piper played a different tune. And suddenly, in the middle of the mountain, a door opened. And all of the children, one by one, following the music, they went inside the mountain and the door closed and the children were trapped in the mountain. And it was very dark. All of the children were trapped, except for one. Because one of the children had a very sore leg and he wasn't as fast as the other children. All of the children danced and danced, but this child was very slow and he tried to keep up, but he couldn't. And when he got to the mountain, the door was closed. And he was very sad because all of his friends were in the mountain. But then, what was on the floor? The magic pipe. So he took the pipe and excuse me. And then the door opened and all of his friends came out and he played and all of the children went behind him and he took them all the way back to the village. And the children were dancing and they went back to the village and all of the mummies and daddies were very happy and they all hugged and they smiled. And then who should appear but the Pied Piper? And he went back to the mayor and he said, "Mayor, now you've seen what I can do. So please give me the 6 coins that you owe me and I'll never do this again. If you don't give me the coins, I won't just take the children. I'll take the children and the mummies and the daddies and the ducks and the dogs and the cats and the horses. I will take everything." And the mayor said, okay, no, I believe you. Please don't take everybody. No, here you go, here. Thank you very much. Thank you for being nice. Thank you, Mr. Pied Piper. Thank you, goodbye. And the Pied Piper went away and never came back. And suddenly, the village of Hamelin had all their children and all their mummies and daddies and no rats, and they lived happily ever after.